In this video, we will continue working with lists, and the first thing that I want to show you is how to access elements in the list using indexing. To do this, after your variable containing the list or the list itself, you would put a set of square brackets, and then inside the square brackets, you would put the index of the element that you want. So in this case, if I wanted the element cow here, I would start at 0 at cat and then go 1, 2. So cow is at index 2. And if I put that in the brackets and run this, we'll get the output cow. Similarly, if I wanted duck, I would go 0 at cat and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So duck is at index 4. So I would put that in my square brackets. And when I run this, I get the output duck. This also works with negative indexing. So if I wanted duck, I could do -1. And if I run that, you'll see that I do get the output duck. And if I wanted cat, we start at -1 at the end and go -2, -3, -4, -5. So when I put in -5 here, I get the output cat down here. We can also modify the elements of the list using indexing. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to type in my list. And then in the square brackets, let's say that I want to change dog to pig. So I'm going to put in 1 for the index of dog. And I'm going to do equals, and I'm going to put in pig. So now when I run this, it's going to output my list, which is now going to be cat, pig, cow, horse, duck. And when we run it, we'll see we get that down here. Lists also allow you to use slicing to retrieve a subset of the list. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that. And down here on my list, I'm going to put my square brackets back in. And to use slicing, you would put either a single or 2 colons into the square brackets. If you do just a single colon, on the left side will be the starting index, and on the right side would be the ending non-inclusive index. So if I wanted to start here at cat, I would either put in a 0 or I could just leave it blank. And then on the right side, let's say I wanted cat, dog, and cow. In order to get cat, dog, and cow, I actually need to put in the index for horse because it's going to be up to but not including this number here. So if I run this, we'll see that I do in fact get cat, dog, and cow. Now, if I add another colon after the ending non-inclusive number, I can put a step or incremental value. So after each item that it retrieves, it will skip whatever this number is time. So if I were to put in here a 2, and let me go ahead and change this to a 5 so that it iterates over the whole list, it's going to grab cat, and then it's going to skip 2. Going to go dog and then cow, and then it's going to grab cow, and then it's going to skip 2 more and go over horse and grab duck. So now it's going to output cat, cow, and duck. And if I run that, we'll see that we get that down here. I could also make this 4. So now it's going to grab cat, and then it's going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4 and grab duck. And down here, I'll just get cat and duck. There will likely be many times where you are going to need the length of your list, especially if you're iterating over it in a for loop. And to get the number of elements in that list, you can use Python's built-in length function and pass your list in as an argument. And when I run this, it's going to output the number of elements in the list here, which just happens to be 5, and that's what we get down here. Now I want to show you ways to remove elements from a list, and the first one is the remove method. So I'm going to go ahead and take this length function out and put my list variable back in and type .remove. And if I hover over remove here, it's going to tell us that it takes a value and it returns none, and it's going to remove the first occurrence of the value. And it raises an error if the value is not present. And by first occurrence, if I were to add cow to the end of this list here, so I have 2 cows in there now, and I tell it to remove cow, it's going to remove cow, and this is just going to return none. So down here, I get the output none. So I'm going to put in another print statement to print my list after we do the removal of cow to see that we get cat, dog, horse, duck, and cow, and this first occurrence of the string cow has been removed. And if I were to try to remove something that's not in there, like just co, and run that, we'll see that it raises an error and crashes the program because I did nothing to handle the error. You can also use the delete keyword, which is del, and then pass in what you would like it to delete. So in this case, I am going to tell it to delete my list at index 2. which is cow again. And this time here, when I print out my list, we will again see that I get cat, dog, horse, duck, and cow with this cow here removed. There is also a pop method. And the way the pop method works is if I don't pass an argument in here, it defaults to using -1, which would be the last element in the list, and it removes and returns the item. So if I run this now, it's actually going to remove cow from the list and return it. So if I do this print statement here, it's just going to return cow, and I'll add in another print statement to actually print out the entirety of my list. So when I run it this time, we'll see that we get cow because it's returning this element back to us, and then it's also removing it from the list, and we can see that cow is no longer at the end of our list here. We can also pass in an index. So if I wanted to say remove dog instead of cow, I could pass in the index, and it's now going to output dog, and then underneath that, when it prints the list, it's going to have cat, cow, horse, duck, and cow again. And when we run that, that's what we get down here. The last thing I'm going to show you for removing elements from the list is the clear method. The clear method removes all elements from the list, and we use it by typing our list variable and then doing the dot notation and typing in the method name clear. So when I run this now, it's going to clear my list and then output an empty list into our console. Click run, and down here we have an empty list now. That is it for this video. In the next video, we will look at sorting and reversing lists.